What's going on, guys? First of all, sorry for my voice this morning. I've been battling something for like the past week and coughing up stuff that's really not all that pleasant. So early apologies for my voice. But we're on day 24, I think, of Squatober, and today we're going up to do some doubles, 4 sets of doubles at varying percentages. I think ending off at 85%, which would be about 345 for me of a 405 1 rep max. So I want to talk about something a question that was posed to me by a family member, my dear cousin Daniel, who lives in Lincoln. He was talking about how to approach rest days or something like that. He took the day off today, and he just feels like he's not being consistent if he takes a rest day. Number one, guys, if you need to take a rest day, take a rest day. But if you do take a rest day, well, what was the basis for it? Were you feeling run down from training? Were you feeling run down emotionally from things that were happening outside the gym? Relationships, financial, just everyday mental strain that we go through, stress, things of that nature. If it's an emotional strain, then I'm not going to sit here and tell you that your emotions are invalid. You shouldn't take the day off to try to figure things out. But 9 times out of 10, if they're not physically related, like you feel good but your mind is just weighing you down, you can do that session. If you feel physically run down, then that's a little bit different. You don't want to go in here and try to fuck about and get yourself all messed up because physically you are beat to shit. Now, if you're training for a competition, then it's a little bit different. You have things that you need to accomplish, and you're going to feel worn down, especially at the end of a powerlifting meet prep or a bodybuilding prep. It's just the way that it is. But sometimes you just have to grit through training. And my message to people that feel bad for taking a rest day, I will tell you this right now. I only feel bad if I take a rest day if I have car trouble. That's the only time I really take a rest outside of my scheduled rest days. In my household, we're down to 1 car, so that car goes everywhere. That's the only time I take. Or if my wife is her car, so if she needs her car, then I have nothing to say. So, but even if I have my car, even when I get a car, like, I only take inadvertent rest days over car trouble. That's it. And I scheduled other rest days. Now, if I'm monitoring my HRV and stress markers, then that's a little bit different. I definitely take into account what my body is telling me in tangible evidence. Intangible evidence is if you feel good, like, us meatheads do. But if you have tangible physical evidence, like your HRV or your blood pressure, if that's spiked to shit, if both of those are spiked to shit, then you definitely need to rest. But if one is off and one is on, or one is in range and the other is out of range, then you could probably do a less intense session, some guided breathing, some meditation, watching something that's low stress. Fuck, guys, look at cartoons. Bring down your stress somehow. Don't play an intense video game. Play something like fucking Super Mario Brothers or some shit like that. But 9 times out of 10, sessions can be done. You just need to take into account what type of stress and what type of exhaustion you're in. So, I don't feel great as far as my throat goes, but physically, I feel fine. I feel as good as I've ever been. I definitely don't feel like I'm 20, but I don't feel like I'm 50 either. So I'll take it. So, but yeah, just make sure you're keeping you're keeping your rest days in perspective, and don't feel bad over taking a rest day. Probably eat more, probably sleep a little bit more, probably just get out for a fucking walk, you know? So on that note, let's get some squatting in. It's also on my push-pull leg format. It's my main leg day, so that's not going to be anything too outrageous. Probably a couple of sets of hack squats because I saw Luke Sando do some hack squats, heavy hack squats over there in the UK, and I got to bug up my ass to do some hack squats. A couple of sets of leg extensions, definitely warming up with some leg curls, and then we're going to get it cracking. All right, let's go. Probably one of the more difficult workouts during this block of training that I've had for quite a while. I felt every bit of 40 years old this morning. It was pretty rough, and I didn't even pay attention to the rest periods. I just kind of took my time. It took a minute to get warm. It really did. You saw me warm up with some lying leg curls and leg extensions, and that didn't work. And then I got to bug up my ass to try the Mastodon squat bar, which is a heavy ass squat bar. Weighs about 60 pounds and is very, very fat. So use that. That didn't help. That's definitely not a bar you want to squat high bar with. It was just rough all around. I was supposed to do 2 reps with 345, which is what you'll see coming up here. But unfortunately, as I was going down, I just felt something very, very shaky in my right knee, and my right knee almost buckled going down. So as I came up, I was able to muscle the weight up, but it wasn't the smartest decision to go for a second rep, so I didn't go for it. One thing that people in the iron game have to realize is that you'll live to fight another day, and you have to pick and choose your battles. So me just not doing anything that I said I was going to do today was probably kind of a blessing in disguise, because tomorrow I have to go up to 90% for 1 rep. This is all leading up to the big PR day on next Tuesday. So finished off with some selectorized leg press, and we'll see how it goes. I just wasn't enthused with today's workout. I had a buddy get me into the gym this morning because my membership at that particular gym is frozen. But you know, sometimes it helps to have friends. So was able to just switch up the environment a bit, which is great. So this gym that you see here is Bob's Fitness, as you've seen in some of my other videos. But got the hook up today and was able to slide in and just slide right out. So yeah, man, it was just rough today. So now the rest of the day is just going to be eating, going to be drinking, going to be resting. And we're going to go for that 90% tomorrow. And then we're going to do some back after that. So all there is to it right now. The movement goes on. Okay, that's it. Probably the worst workout I've had since starting this Squatober thing. But that's all right. It's just a lesson in perseverance. I muscled the weight up, and I just shut it down. I could have went for another, but it makes no sense to go for another rep if you feel like you're going to get injured. And I don't do this shit to get injured. So in light of that, we're just going to keep moving. Going to go home, clean up, eat some food, work on some programming, and keep the day pushing. So thanks everybody that's been watching. This is day 23. I thought it was 24. It's 23 of Squatober. So we're going to keep it moving. I think it's day 23. I don't know. I really don't. So, but yeah, we're just going to keep moving and keep it pushing in a positive direction. So if you got any questions about anything, just comment below or just hit me up on Instagram at Tenacity Strength. So let's go. Have a good one, guys.